Hey everybody, it's LOZA again, and we're looking again at some Dark Magician custom cards that are freaking awesome. The last episode we looked at only like 5 or 6 people's cards, but they were super freaking awesome, and I'm really keen today to get into the next batch. Just before we do, I'd like to say if you haven't watched the previous vid, go check that out, and if you do want to submit anything to the competition, I'll have down in the description the email you can submit to. It's nastyrocksyourwater@hotmail.com. Please don't cyberbully me. The other one is just going to my Facebook page, and you can, just send me a message on there with the pictures of your cards, if that's easier for you. Now, just for those who don't know, at the end of the competition, I will pick a couple of the people's cards and do test hands with them, and I'd love to reward the winners with a Dark Magician girl or 2 that I got laying around at home. I just don't want to bring people to the channel who only want to win for the competition, so it's just a really simple prize. I hope you guys understand that. These videos are more about promoting the Dark Magician and the LOZA community and intertwining and having a bit of fun and, theorizing what we need in future to be a competitive and useful deck, right? Another thing is I'd like to apologize to the people who made cards in the previous video because I really underestimated some of the cards. I think just naturally, the cards that involve DMG support and just a couple of the others, I just didn't think about the, the extended plays you could make, and I kind of just took them at face value and thought they were most of the cards were very good anyway, but I thought they were worse than they were. Just forgive me, because I seem to just at face value not think of every interpretation of the card, and feel free to drop down in the comments the ones I miss. We've got, I think it's retrains of DMG and DM. The Wizard's Apprentice, Dark Magician Girl, nice, level 6, Dark. Spellcaster, always treated as DMG, great, no reason to play the brick anymore. You can special this card from hand by discarding a card, great, so the Apprentice, this card special, take a card that lists DM from deck, add it to hand or send it to grave. That's really good, very, very flexible, I like it. When this card leaves the field, you can draw 1 card for every DM or DMG on the field or graveyard. Oh, we just got a submission then, oh, you can't see it, my big ass head's in the way. So yeah, drawing whenever it leaves the field for every DM and DMG on the field or graves. That's really weird and cool. How does that work? Because it's treated as DMG and grave. So when this goes to the grave, it's always a draw 1, I guess, as a minimum? Banish this card from grave, then target 1 card that lists DM or Dark Spellcaster. Add it to hand. I don't 100% approve of that effect, because there's already a lot going on in this card. And banishing DMG from grave turns off Soul Servant and a bunch of other things, right? Just leave her there, in my opinion. But, I appreciate the extra effect. I just think it's a bit too much as well. But overall, it would be a fantastic remake of DMG, right? Alright, DM, the Ultimate Wizard, Dark Magician. This card's always treated as Dark Magician. You can special summon this card from hand by discarding 1 card. Okay, so just a theme, going on here. If this card is special summon, excluding the effect of Eternal Soul, look at top 3. Wait, why you gotta exclude my boy? Look at top 3. Reveal a DM or a spell trap that lists DM and add it to hand. Also place the remaining. No, you just repeated Circle. This is going to have the same problem as Circle, where you're going to see 3 Dark Magician monsters and you can't use them, because this is the exact wording of Circle. DM or a spell trap that lists it. Place the remaining on top of your deck in any order. If this card is special summoned by the effect of Eternal Soul, banish a card your opponent controls. Oh, okay, that's really good. Quick effect. What? How does that work? Surely that has to be a trigger effect. I don't know. I'm not sure how that works as a quick effect, but okay. Look, the card's obviously way better than a vanilla brick, so I won't complain. But I would have made the circle replica effect add DM monsters too, but maybe that's a bit too broken for a card that used to be a brick. Overall, they're both very good upgrades. Let's look at this link. It's a link 3. Oof. If we got a link 3, yeah, it would need to be really freaking good, because DM struggles to get 2 monsters. Well, getting 2 monsters out is kind of our standard. Getting 3 is a bit of a stretch. Supreme Sorcerer Hierophant of Dark. We've got 2+ spellcasts, including DM or DMG. During either player's turn, when a trap is activated, you can negate the activation if you do destroy it. Wait, that's just forever? That's not once per turn. During either player's turn, when a trap is activated, negate the activation if you do destroy it. Negate your own Eternal Soul. Pog. You can pay 2k LP, send the materials or a fusion that lists Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl from your hand to the deck to the grave. Quick effect, fusion summon. How is this a quick effect again? So this quick effect text, I think you've just always meant to have it at the start. I think that's how it works, the bracket quick effect, but that's okay. Fusion summon 1 monster using those sent cards as material. If you do, also it sends the materials for cost. That's very good. That's very good. If you do that, fusion summon monster becomes DM while on the field or in the grave, and it gains this effect. Once per turn, target one monster your opponent controls, it loses 500 attack and defense for every spellcaster in your grave. That's pretty good, right? It's obviously a hefty cost to make a Link 3, but then you get to fuse, and this thing's stats are unbelievably high. The stats might be too high, but I like it. I think Link 3s need to be under 3k. The only Link 3 that's 3k is the BLS one. Anyway, thank you to Archie Games. They were some sensational cards. I really dug them. All right, Randall Smith accidentally sent in his card again, which we've already seen in the last video. Go check that out. Cortland Collins. We got 3 cards. Why are they purple? I've never opened these before, but sure. Dark Flare, yes, he did it. The Dark Flare Knight. Let's go. Okay, so Dark Magician, and I'm going to read the text here because it's a lot easier. Dark Magician and Flame Swordsman, or just a warrior effect monster. That's a tough one, even for the main deck of DM. Like, what do we have that's a warrior? Like, nothing. Anyway, who cares? This card is treated as a light or dark monster while it's on the field or in the graveyard. Alright. Not sure why that's relevant yet, but let's keep going. Once per turn, when this card battles opponent's monster, reveal a fusion monster from your extra deck that lists Dark Magician as one of its fusion materials. This card's name, attack, defense, and effect become that monster until the end of the opponent's turn. That's pretty cool. So it just becomes any DM fusion in every aspect. That's cool. If this card would leave the field after it's activated this effect, special summon that copied fusion monster from your extra deck, ignoring summoning conditions. Wow, that's really good. Dark Flare Knight, the Twilight Magical Swordsman. What a sensational card. Alright, let's look at the next one. Dark Alternative Magician, always treated as DM, nice, another replacement. That seems to be a theme of this video. You can special summon this card by revealing Dark Magician. Okay, so like the Blue Eyes Alternative summoning condition. Once per turn, you can target one card your opponent controls, banish it. Well, that's big combo with Circle. This card cannot attack the turn you activate. Ah, man. So very much like Alternative Blue Eyes. This card would leave the field. You can special summon one DM from hand, deck, or grave. I wonder if that counts. This card would leave the field. I don't know if that counts as being detached as XYZ material, so probably not. That would have been nice, but yep, good card. Solid replacement for DM, as it's just a better version of DM in many ways, so I dig it. I dig it. Very big combo with Circle, getting a double banish if you want it, or just to banish and get it off the field and link it away and special DM. That's pretty good, actually. Dark Magic Fusion. So we've got a remake of the DM Fusion spell. We've got Fusion Summon. It's probably going to be Ref, let's be real. Fusion Summon, monster that lists DM and DMG as materials from hand, deck, grave. And if you do, its name becomes DMG. You can't normal or special other monsters other than Dark Spellcasters for this turn. I think that's a good restriction, but I think it should be Dark Spellcaster monsters that list Dark Magician specifically, just to make sure there's no other archetypes abusing it. Also, this says Dark Spell Cata type, so that's all of our fellow cat spellians in the chat. I've seen like a couple of these, and someone mentioned like, oh, well, 3 ref and 3 of like DM Fusion going around. People could play like 6 copies of Dragoon Turbo and play that as a deck, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, don't we already have that and no one plays it? Like Branded Fusion and Ref are both legal at 6. Like you play 6 copies, even with Insight 9 copies. Like, and with Alubas, like 12 copies, and openings like 15 copies, and no one plays that as a deck. So I think we're safe, to be honest. Like at first I went, oh, that's a good point. Like that would be too much Dragoon Turbo for like some wank deck to play, but no one does that with Branded Fusion and Ref. So you know what? We're probably fine for Dark Magician to have this. And the last card from Cortland is Dark Magician, the Ultimate Magical Wizard, the Giga Chad. So 2 Dark Spellcaster type monsters that list Dark Magician. That's very high attack for a Link to 2500, but referencing the DM himself, you'll love to see it. Dark Magician, the Ultimate Magical Wizard, is always treated as Dark Magician. We love to see that. Field or Grave, oh, very nice, very nice. We just need more cards that do that, right? For DMG, Mana, Mahat, all the Palladiums, that'd be really good. While you control Dark Magician, the Ultimate Magical Wizard, all spell and trap cards you control are unaffected by your opponent's card effect. So it's easier to summon Dragon Knight, which is huge. Once per turn, you can activate one spell or trap that lists DM or DMG from your deck. Oh, that's so hot. That is so hot. When this card leaves the field, special DM or DMG from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Or. Nice, so both. So wow, just tying up like the Dark Magician's effect when it leaves the field, as well as like Dragon Knight's effect. I like this. This is a really versatile card. I think the biggest issue here is it's probably a bit too strong, but I mean, that happens with custom cards. But I really like this, even if just like the first aspect of this card was implemented, just this identifying as DM in hand and grave, this protecting your back row, that alone would be good in DM, right? That alone is fine. The extra 2 effects here are like super good. And all those effects are not once per turn except the last one. Well damn. Wait, there's no way that this one's not once per turn. Oh yeah, once per turn. Yeah, okay, I'm stupid. Anyway, like very good cards, very strong. On to Alan. Alan has sent us, looks like a little Mahad. Oh, Alan, you gotta find that screenshot button on your keyboard, my man. Anyway, Palladium Oracle Mahad, Master of Magicians. It's a synchro of Mahad with 3200 attack, 27 defense. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We love our 10 synchros in DM. 1 tuner plus 1 monster that is named Dark Magician or list Dark Magician in his text. Is there any way to cheat this out? Nope. Okay, so it's E-Telly Ghost Ogre time once again. This card cannot be used as tribute by your opponent. Okay, so no Kaiju or Nibiru, that's pretty cool. Once per turn, you can negate the activation of one of your opponent's card effects, and return it to the bottom of their deck. Wow, that's some freaking Digimon level removal. A lot of Digimon is bottom of deck. That's hilarious. If Palladium Oracle Mahad was used in a synchro summon of this card gains the following effect. Your opponent cannot activate spells or traps while this is on the field. Wow. Alan, that's a little busted. But you know what? The effect without the Mahad is nowhere near as good, and actually summoning this with Mahad would be hard. Get it? Mahad. Yeah, what would you do? You'd need to use Rod Effect and Magician's Soul. So you go Rod, stack Soul Servant. Magician's Soul, just put any of the bricks in the grave except Mahad. Soul, well, yeah, anything but Mahad. Then Soul Servant would have to stack Mahad, banish Soul Servant, draw the Mahad, summon the Mahad. If Rod was a tuner, maybe you could have mentioned Rod could be treated as a tuner, because then that would get here in 2 cards. That'd be really nice. But I guess in this case, you'd also need E-Telly. Activate E-Telly, summon out Ghost Ogre, sync the Mahad and the Ghost Ogre into this. It's a good card. It's just, I like making use of Mahad too. Maybe this should identify as Mahad as well or something. That would be really nice. I want cards that identify as Mahad and Mana. But I guess the dilemma with that is they really want us to play vanilla DM and DMG. So they need to make everything around that broken as. Or like, why are we going to play vanillas, right? Alright, Palladium Oracle Timaeus, Dragon of Light. Wow, really incorporating Timaeus and Palladium in one card. I love to see it, and it's a Link 1. It is a Dragon Link 1, which means Rod can't tribute it. I'm just going to put that out there. I wanted a Dragon Link 1, but then I changed my mind and went, but I want something for Rod to tribute, to add itself back. So I'm on the Spellcaster train for Link 1s again. But if we got a Dragon, like, I wouldn't complain too much. Just a bit. Anyway. 1 spellcaster monster that lists Dark Magician in its card text. Quick effect. Tribute this card to special summon 1 fusion monster from extra deck that lists DM or DMG or Palladium in its card text. Or future-proofing Palladium. By sending the cards from the hand or deck to the graveyard. So you tribute this card to special summon a fusion monster from the extra deck that lists DM, DMG or Palladium. But you also have to, by sending the materials from hand, deck to grave. Okay, so you clear your own board. Your normal Rod, you add anything. You clear your own board, linking into this Palladium Oracle Timaeus, and then you tribute it for a quick effect to fusion. Your board is open. Your opponent tries to hand trap it. You can chain Gamma. That's really nice. Clear your own board. You can chain Gamma. Huge. Your opponent cannot activate cards in response to this. Oh, well, never mind. They can't respond. Apparently, it's super poly as well. My lord. I don't think you need to say they can't respond. Like, that's a bit broken. That's where things get messy. But I know what you're going for here. You just want the Timaeus combo to resolve for once. But yeah, I think it's fairly safe to just make it not do that. Cool card though. Cool cards. Thank you, Alan. Yo, Pop Winner. Pop Winner is a frequent commenter. I see them all the time. So we've got the Rue Dark Magician Circle. What does Rue even mean? Feel sorrow, remorse. Oh god. Okay, so it's like the Grim Dark Magician's Dark Magical Circle. So when this card is activated, you can look at the top 4 cards of your deck, and if it is a Dark Magician spell trap or monster that lists Dark Magician, add it to your hand. So that's Circle with looking one extra card deep. Sure. It's, I guess, a good start so far. Next, all Dark Magician and monsters that use Dark Magician as fusion material gain 500, and fusion monsters with Dark Magician as material are unaffected by card effect. That's pretty nice, actually. Pretty nice. When a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated, banish one card on field, grave, or in hand of your opponent. And if you have Dark Magician in grave, field, or banish, you can negative the effect. You can negate the effect? Okay, cool. That's a bit confusing. Just when a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated, in general, you just banish a card on the field, grave, or in hand of your opponent. I feel like other decks will find a way to abuse that if that's not tied to DM in some way. That seems like an effect that maybe shouldn't be there or should be reworded a little bit. It's a little too busted and generic right now, but that's alright. It could be tweaked to say, while you control a Dark Magician monster and your opponent activates like spell, trap, blah, blah, blah. Right? I think that would be the safer way to go. Cool idea, though. I do want a circle retrain, though I don't think we'll get it. But that would be a really nice version of what we could get. Oh, here we have a Slifer Dark Magician kind of exchange here. I like that. Dark Magician Dragon Knight Rider, level 7 Dark Spellcaster, 3/5/3. Wow, very big. This card is always treated as DM on hand, field, grave, and deck. That means you can only play this with 2 DM, for example. Or like 2 of this 1 vanilla DM, because it's treated as DM. Even if negated. Your spells and traps cannot be targeted and are unaffected by card effect. That's pretty good. So it's like Dragon Knight protection level. Can even be summoned from anywhere if Dark Magician the Dragon Knight leaves the field under any circumstance. Oh, this is like a Mirage Knight for Dragon Knight. Interesting. I think that's pretty cute. But surely this is just a level 7. Like you can just tribute summon it anyway, or like summon it off Navi. Man, this would even make playing Navi like viable again. You just flop out DM and one of these bad boys and you say, spells and traps can't be targeted and are unaffected. That's really big. Cool cards. Different takes on some of the DM cards too. Like different to everything so far. So appreciate that, Pop Winner. Oh my lord. R2 has sent in a whole essay of freaking cards. We're going to have to speedrun these. Alright, cool. It's a DMG retrain. You just discard to special this from hand or grave. It's treated as a vanilla, so it's kind of like a Gemini. On summon, you can place a monster that lists legendary DM or legendary DMGL from hand, deck, graveyard on top of your deck and draw 1. Wow, that's really good. Super big synergy with Soul Servant, Circle, the whole archetype, really. That's so good. I really like that. Does it place on top of the deck for cost? When's the draw 1? It's worded as all 1. So I think what you could do with this is reword it and have the semicolon somewhere so we know what the cost is. And then if like, you know, paying the cost is putting the DM on top, then you can like chain Soul Servant and change the card that's on top and then get the draw 1. Like that would be really cool. But anyway, during battle phase, return this card to the hand or reveal this card in your hand. All DM double their attack. Whoo, that's pretty big. Pretty big. Alright, let's have a look at Legendary Dark Illusion. So a retrain of the just Dark Magician maybe. This card is called Legendary Dark Magician. Okay, so there's a retrain of everything basically. Well, we should read the DM next. That's only fair. We'll come back to him. Legendary DM, stats are all the same. The effect, this is treated as a normal monster. If you draw this card, special this card. It's like Mahad. This card is summoned. You can add one card that includes Legendary DM or Legendary DMG in its card text from deck to hand except this card. Great. Quick effect, tribute this card, banish one card on the field. If you do special, this card back during the next standby. Wow, that's cool. Alright, now we can get on to the other guys. So Legendary Dark Illusion. I like this card. That door card is so dumb in the anime. I hope you've made it awesome. This card is called Legendary Dark Magician. If a card on the field or grave is banished, you can special summon this card from hand or grave or banish cards. Oh, nice. So you can like Allure of Darkness to chuck these away and bring it back. Nice. So your opponent cannot affect cards you control except this one. What? That's kind of broken, but okay. If this card battles at the start of the damage step, you can banish one card on the field. Bruh. This card's attack and defense always mirror the monster. Okay, this is a bit too broken. These effects only apply if legend... Oh, okay. Yeah. These effects only apply if legendary DMs on your field, in your grave, or banished. Still, that's pretty easy to fulfill in a DM deck, right? It's like your opponent cannot affect cards you control except this one. Then they go to battle because they need to beat over it. And then it's like, it's not a damage step, banish card on the field. It's like, they try to deal with it and you just banish anyway. And this card also mirrors the attack and defense of monsters in battles. Like, it's just got a bit too much going for it. I feel like you'd stall people out with this way too easily. Maybe I'm capping. I mean, it loses to Regeki and all that shit. But, I don't know. This seems a bit broken. We like broken cards, though. All right, new Magician's Souls. Legendary Magician's Classic Souls. Quick effect, discard this card, special DM or DMG from hand, deck, grave, then draw one card. Or two if you have Legendary DM or Legendary DM on field or grave. DMG, yeah, cool. If Legendary DM or Legendary DMG leaves your field, add this card from grave to hand. This is kind of like what Souls probably should have been, to be honest, but hey, I like it. Vengeful Souls, so two different versions of Souls. During opponent's battle phase, if you control no monsters and all of your monsters removed from the field this turn, or they're in your graveyard, have Legendary Dark, Legendary DMG in their card text, you can reveal this card from hand, your opponent ends their turn. They take LP damage equal to 600. Oh, what the fuck is going on here? I'm not gonna lie, I just tuned out reading the damn card. So, during the opponent's battle phase, if you control no monsters, or all the monsters removed from the field this... What the... Am I having an aneurysm, or is this hard to understand? During your opponent's battle phase, if you control no monsters, and all of your monsters removed from the field this turn, or that are in the graveyard, have Legendary DM or Legendary DM in the text, you can reveal this card in hand. Your opponent ends their turn. They then take LP damage equal to 600 times the amount of monsters that they special summon this turn, and you can draw up to that many cards and then banish this card. You can only use this once per duel. Can't be responded to. What is this Max C battle fader ending turn freaking burning piece of crap? What? This card is crazy. I can't even wrap my head around this. This is like the most powerful shit I've ever seen. It's like Nibiru, Burn, Maxi, evenly matched. Like, what? Brain hurty. Alright, I'm gonna move on to the next one. Legendary Magician's Beloved. What the crap? Okay, it's like a DMG ripoff. Cool. Your opponent cannot affect cards you control except this one. Well, that affects back. You can special summon this card from hand or grave by sending one Legendary DMG from deck to grave. Well, that's good. Start a damage step. This card battles. You can flip one card your opponent controls face down. Cool. Your opponent cannot change this card's battle position until the second end phase. Well, that's pretty good. I don't know if I'd play it. Like, all these other cards seem so good, so... Legendary Magician's Apprentice. This card is called Legendary Dark Magician Girl. Okay, there's two cards that identify as that now, right? This one as well. Yep. Okay, so you have like 3 freaking DMGs here. If your opponent selects a card you control with a Legendary DM or DMG in its text for an attack or effect, you can negate that attack or effect, return one card on the field to the hand, and special this card from hand. When this card is summoned, you can banish one card on your opponent's field. That's big. If your opponent controls a monster quick effect, you can return this card to the hand. Special DM or DMG from hand or grave. Ooh, so like, wow. Summons itself, banishes something, negates something, returns something to hand, and then just puts itself back in the hand and quick effects out one of the legendary cards. That's pretty busted too. These are very good. Alright, Robe becomes a quick play spell, which is probably for the best. Legendary Magician's Aura. If an opponent activates an effect that would affect cards on your field, tribute at least one monster with DM or DMG legendary in its text from your hand or field, negate that card's effect, then apply it to your opponent, or else change the activated effect to your opponent gains half their LP. If you tributed 2 cards with legendary DM or DMG in the text, your opponent cannot respond to this. Okay. So it's like a no you button, or if that's not applicable, you just go gain half your LP, which I guess is fine because LP is kind of redundant. If this card's in graveyard, you can banish one card with legendary DM or legendary DMG, return this card to the top of your deck, then draw one. Oh, to the deck, then draw one. Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, Dark Magician the Dragon Knight gets a retrain as Legendary Magician's Valkyria. Okay, cool. You can discard a card with legendary DM or DMG in its text, draw one. Your opponent cannot target spellcasters except this one. If this card is targeted for an attack, you can special one legendary DM, DMG from hand grave, change the attack target to that and half it. So this is Chocolate Magician Girl, actually. Okay. If this card leaves the field, you can return one of your banished cards to your hand, graveyard, or deck. Okay. So this is Chocolate Magician Girl. Do you even need this? Like, Rod still exists. There's no retrain of Rod. So, like, still normal Rod, right? I don't know if I'd normal this over Rod, but Chocolate Magician Girl effect's funny. Legendary Magician Fusion. Oh, so you've used the door card for the fusion. Cool. Special one, Ritual of Fusion with Legendary DM and or Legendary DMG. in its text using at least one correct monster from hand, field, or graveyard. Nice. I love to see that. You can use this card as one of the material. You can use this card as one material. Then you can send either appropriate card from your deck to the grave or from your graveyard to the deck. That's confusing, but I think I get it. You can either send deck to grave or graveyard to deck using this and the other card. Okay. You can then banish one card for every DM and DMG used for the fusion. That's big. That's huge as a quick play spell as well. Off turn. Wow. If this card in your graveyard, if this card is in your graveyard when you summon legendary DM or legendary DMG, set this to your field by banishing when it leaves. That's good. It's not too broken because it's set, so it means you can't use it right away. That's really nice. I like it. Oh yes, please retrain this card. Please just make this identify as DM and DMG. Yep. Legendary DM, legendary DMG. Oh, don't tell me you didn't do it. Please. This monster is unaffected by your opponent's monster effects. Your opponent takes any battle damage you would taking these. Oh, it's 0/0. Wow. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls. What the crap? So you just swing into them. That's so weird. It's like Purgatrio, but you just make them die. This card leaves the field because of your opponent's special one legendary DM or DMG from hand, deck, graveyard, or banish. This really is level 7 too. This really missed the mark in my opinion. Because, for one, this should identify as DM and DMG, which it always should have. That means if you have Eternal Soul up, you can't get afflicted by some bullshit, right? If they imperm you while you're attacking your opponent's monster, oh, it's unaffected by, yeah, it's unaffected by monster effects, but not imperm. So you get imperm when you're attacking their monster, suddenly you take like 3k. If you had Eternal Soul up, you'd be unaffected by the imperm, you'd be chilling. This, just like regular Dark Magicians, needs to be identifying as DM and DMG. It still is just crazy to me that it doesn't. It's like, damn, look who's on the artwork. It's the things, the guy and the girl that everyone knows, but it doesn't identify them. No, it's completely different person. They do have cool new clothes, but they should probably still be DM and DMG, right? I don't know. This card was like the biggest letdown of my life when Konami brought out the original, not this one. Alright, we've got a new fusion, which is just Eborn Illusion Magician as Dark Sorcerer of Chaos, level 7 Dark Fusion, 1 Legendary DM or DMG, and a Chaos card with Legendary Dark blah 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 in its text. Did you give us a Chaos card? Is this the Chaos card? I guess this can be any of the material, so it's probably fine. Oh, Chaos Souls? No, Classic Souls. Never mind. You didn't actually give us a Chaos card. And Illusion of Chaos won't have Legendary DM or DMG in its text. So I guess we're using this new fusion card to make it. When this card is fusion summon, you can add one spell from deck to grave to hand. Well, that's busted already. Just add any spell from deck or grave to hand. This is unaffected by traps. That's a freaking huge. You can tribute 2 or 3 spell cards from your hand or your field and or banish from grave. Well, that's busted then. Banish all monsters your opponent controls. If you tribute 3, your opponent can't respond. Oh my god. Alright, these cards are a little bit busted. I'm going to just say that. Very, very strong. Thank you for the giant submission, R2. That is crazy good. Oh my lord. Okay. There's more? R2, Gmail is strange. Hopefully this worked instead. How many cards have you made? You've made a whole archetype. Legendary Knives, Illusion of Chaos, Shadow of Chaos. Oh my god. I'm not going to have time to go through all of this. This is awesome though. I'm going to go through it in my own time. Probably not. Maybe I'll have to do a whole video going through all your custom cards. This is crazy, man. You've made your own set. Jesus Christ. Okay. I appreciate that. That is some crazy effort. We might do a separate video then on that. Alright, we got your boy PH here. And they've got some cool cards by the looks of things. I think there was a second email too. Okay, that's probably just clarifying. Magician's Destination would be abused in other decks. So he's adding a restriction to it. Okay. So there's an added restriction to Magician's Designation here. Because it would be broken. Pick from your deck 1 DM or monster that lists DM. And 1 spell trap that mentions DM. Special summon the first card, set the second. A quick play spell or trap that mentions DM can be activated during the same turn of set. Oh, that's so good. This is like perfect. And this would make Circle viable too, because Circle would find this for you. This is so good. You pick from your deck a DM monster. That's really good. And then you summon the first one. That's really good. Now, obviously, Rod being special, you don't get the effect, but you still summon out Souls. Still summon out Apprentice. Summoning out Apprentice is really good. And setting the quick play or trap, that means like you can go and grab Soul Servant. You can go, oh, that's really good. Just summon souls, set Soul Servant. Soul send the Soul Servant. I mean, you then still need DM or DMG engraved to get an extra draw, but I still like that so far. That's a really good start so far. Oh, this is continuous. Magician Souls can send the Soul Servant and this. Yeah, okay, you get double draws from the get-go. This is really nice. And like, there's other uses of this card. That's the first one off the top of my head. I'm sure you guys in the comments have come up with some more, so please write them down in the comments. So the restriction added to this card is you can't special summon monsters the turn you activate this, except spellcasters or monsters that mention DMG. I appreciate it. Alright, we're getting into this cool horse boy. Yo, Palladium Oracle Gaia. This is an awesome artwork too. Do you reference where you get the artwork? Because that would be very nice. Yes, art by... Great, we've got the art by BetMed for the designation, sorry. Thank you to BetMed for that. And B98X. Thank you very much, guys, for the artwork. Art by No Fucking Idea, that's okay. And BetMed again. Thank you to the artists. We really appreciate it. Palladium Oracle Gaia. Light level 7, warrior, 2321. Man, I hate this shit. I'm just trying to hover over the text. Destroy one DM or DMG or other Palladium on field, hand, or deck. Yo, deck? That's big. Oh my god, destroy. You can destroy Mahad or Mana. Or destroy Mahad, I think, is the only good one because then you summon DM as well. Anyway, special this from hand. Then if you use... You can use the effect of Gaia once per turn. Okay. Spellcaster monsters you control inflict piercing. When a spellcaster monster attacks or is attacked, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. This card is destroyed. Special one, non-effect Gaia. Yuck! Oh, extra deck. Okay, cool. Non-effect Gaia. Cool, you can do Gaia Champ again. Alright, good. So this is actually really nifty because we don't really have a good warrior in the deck. Plus this is just like a nice way to summon out 2 level 7s. Like this alone... You destroy Mahad in deck, summon this out, and Mahad summons DM from deck, hand, wherever. And then great, like 1 card, rank 7. That's really good. Plus, just the piercing effect, really good for time. Actually, a solid card that's not broken, right? This isn't broken in any aspect. It just is like a solid piece of DM support that I would actually play. Ebon Apprentice Magician, 2 level 6 spellcaster. So once again, I've said this in the previous video, but getting to 2 level 6 spellcasters in DM takes 3 cards. Magician Souls, Apprentice, and then a discard for the Apprentice. So it has to be good, right? It's 3 cards to get here. That's without getting negated on the way. You can also exceed this using 1 level 6 Dark Spell... Okay, well, forget what I said. You can just use 1 level 6 Dark Spellcaster to control its material. So that means just Magician Souls, just Apprentice. Great, so it's a 1 or a 2 card combo. Very easy. You'll love to see it. Once per turn, detach a material from this. Place 1 DM or card that lists DM or DMG from hand, graveyard, or banish zone to the bottom of the deck and draw 1. Oh, that is so good. So good. Recycling from banish zone. That's like getting your Soul Servants back in this format where everything's getting banished by Shizu tier cards and freaking Bystills. You can just put stuff back in the deck and draw. Even better, like the draw, you can go for Soul Servant chain with the draw to make sure you get what you want, or you can like circle, see what you want, and put it on top, draw into it. That's really good. Synergy with the deck as a whole, and recursion. We love to see it. As an XZ monster, an XYZ monster whose original type attributes Dark Spell that has as a material gains this. Your opponent cannot activate cards effects response to this card's activation. Okay, so I guess that means when you go into Ebon Illusion, you can just detach and they can't negate it, right? Yeah, that's pretty good. I really dig this. Not broken, but just like a nice piece of support once again. Really on the money so far. Honestly, PH Medres, I probably butchered that, I apologize. But you are on the money here. These cards are like solid pieces of support, but they're not busted at all. Ebon Magician of Chaos. This looks beautiful, and I've always wanted this guy to be more viable. 2 level 8s. Wait, how the crap do we make this? Oh, here we go. We can rank up. You can exceed this by using a level 7. Yes, beautiful. So Ebon ranks up again. I love this. I love this ranking up business. Transfer its materials. Yep, once per turn, detach a material from this banish 1 card on the field. This is quick effect if you control a spellcaster normal monster. Oh, which you will from the Ebon Illusion Magician. Okay, that's hot. So you go into the previous Ebon card, detach and do that cool effect. Then you go into Ebon Illusion, detach, summon out DM. Then you go into Chaos and detach a material, banish a card on the field, and it's a quick effect. That's hot. You cannot special summon monsters during the turn you activate this effect, except spellcasters. Great. Once again, just a freaking banger card. Yeah, no, I really like these. Nice work, my man. Seriously, I really like them. All right, this video is getting a bit long, so we're going to do one more. Oh my god. This is incredible. Who is this? Mark? Mark Frankhouse, you are the coolest guy ever in my dream. Bro, you've made Palladium Beaver Mage. Did you make this art? This is awesome. I love this. LOZA. Yo, the LOZA set. Let's go. Beast Warrior Fusion level 4. Incredible. Dark Magician and Beaver Warrior, all one non-spellcaster normal monster. Incredible. This card is Fusion Summon. Place 2 Beaver tokens on it. Gain 1,000 attack and defense for each Beaver token on this card. Let's go. During main phase, you can remove a Beaver token and activate any of the following effects up to the number of normal monsters used for the Fusion Summon. Send a Palladium monster from hand, field, deck to grave. Add Soul Servant that is banished or in your deck to your hand. Each effect can only be used once per turn. When this card is destroyed, return one Dark Magical Circle or Eternal Soul from graveyard to hand. If you do, banish this card. Yo, this is epic. I love Beaver Warrior and incorporating it into the deck by 1, making it a Palladium, 2, making it some fusion with DM. This is awesome. This is really cool. And it's actually buff. Like, it'd be like a 3,200 attack level 4 fusion. I actually love this. This is perfect. It's a meme, but it's a dream. I love it. Well, I think we got to end the video on this one because this is awesome. Thank you very much to Mark Frankhouse. This is an incredible submission. I can't wait to get to the others though. So make sure you hit that subscribe and like this video so, you know, it motivates me to make more. And we'll keep going through the DM custom card competition, guys. We've got so many good submissions and so many more to go through. So, yeah. Thank you for joining me once again. I'll catch you guys very soon.